The Nasdaq closed above 10,000. The Dow and S&P ended in a choppy session lower on Wednesday after Fed Reserve reassured investors of its support for economy but projected a 6.5% decline in GDP this year. In the latest policy statement, Fed also forecast 9.3% unemployment rate for the year. The Dow Industrial Average fell 282 points, the S&P fell 17 points and Nasdaq added 66 points. Important news for India: S&P affirms BBB- rating. Outlook is stable. S&P expects India to maintain sound net external position and stable outlook assumes marked fall in India's fiscal gap post financial year 21. S&P also expecting India's GDP growth to rebound at 8.5% in financial year 2022. Telecom sector will be in limelight today as Supreme Court to hear AGR case. According to India's Met Department, Southwest monsoon is progressing well, and during the period June 1 to June 10, India receives 32% above normal rainfall. Mahanagar Gas reported Q4 earnings yesterday, where we have seen almost all parameters were below estimate except that revenue. This is FII derivative window. Let us focus on what FII did in yesterday's trading session, where we have seen a quite volatile session moving here and there throughout the day, and at the end of the day market closed quite a bit higher. So on the day of such volatility, FII made long positions in the index future contracts worth 6,418 contracts, and short position were very minuscule. So net the total long position went to 15,779, and they have recouped their positions of 5 days ago. Now let us look what they did on the put options. Put options we are seeing here, short put were built up in the market, and that's why the net long put positions declined for the day. And in the contrary, on long call options, we can see here the short call options were scored up and long call options were taken. So net here also we can see around 8,000 contracts were added on the long side. So net the day yesterday was a day when FII went long in the market. On your screen is USDINR June future contract 30 minutes chart, and we can see since last so many days it is not moving anywhere but gyrating in a range of 75.82 till 75.45 to 75.35. So in the bargain it is making a inverse head and shoulder formation, but again it's losing its steam because the consolidation is going for so long. So we can see here a downtrend line on the chart, and that downtrend line for the day is positioned around 75.70. so for today's trading session, any move above 75.70 will mark the beginning of the uptrend, because the USDINR was just trading below that trend line for so long. Now if it moves above 75.70, then the next crucial resistance is pegged around 75.82, which will act as a strong resistance, and if it moves, that will be the final confirmation of the uptrend. Now if it does not, then it may fall around again 75.45 to 75.35 area. This area is quite important because this will mark the violation of the formation of inverse head and shoulder, and selling is expected once it moves below or sustained below these levels. This is Nifty 30 minutes chart, and we can see that market in the last trading session was gyrating in a range and opened quite a bit flat and then moves up, then again went down, and finally it settled near to the high of the session. Now what will be the important area to look at for today's trading session will be around the 10,140 to 10,150 kind of level, where we can see it is struggling and just a tad higher, 10,175. so from 10,140 to 10,175 will be the area of key resistance for the day. So that 30 to 35 points is a key resistance area for the day, and on downside 10,080 will act as a support. So any move beyond these two price point, we may see market moving either way. So for today's trading session, because of the options expiry, these two levels will be quite important. Otherwise, if you look at the whole picture, it is actually moving nowhere but in a sideways direction. The market is almost sideways. The broader range of the market becomes the 10,300 to 9,040. So this is almost 400 points level in which the market is gyrating since last 6-7 days. So for today's, again, these price points will be important to note for trading purposes. This is the Bank Nifty 30 minutes chart. We can see that resilience in the Bank Nifty in last trading session was greater than the Nifty, and the price point which will be important for today's trading session will be 21,200 to look out at, because today's is option expiry. So these levels will be quite important. If sustains above this, we can see that Bank Nifty moving again at least 400 points up. So these points will be quite important today, and if not, we may see it falling towards 20,900. so 300 kinds of move can be captured if it does not move above 21,200. And again, if it moves below 20,900, we may see it skidding towards 20,600, because this is basically, these are the range in which Bank Nifty is gyrating for last few days. If you find any meaningful information in this video, then subscribe my channel and press bell icon to get future notification.